Alright, I'm back. Hey. Well, get back to it. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. Don't tell me that depending on what poems I write, Well, what else? At least I'm breaking my curse of always getting the tsundere, at least. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. Oh, I see. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. If I was focused, then I would. Oh boy. Speak words, Vase. You can do it. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. There's no it there! Come on, Vase. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the exact same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. Yeah, it is obvious, and I don't like it. Well, I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Okay, English pronunciation. Portrait, I don't know. I only know French pronunciation. Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, damn, that's hard to read. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? It's not dark at all, compared to what I'm reading. Well, Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark tone came off from nowhere. That's a nice story, wow. Well, Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Amogus? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they want to believe in. And suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. That's, by the way, very true, and like a pretty good grasp on good and evil sides in stories. Like, you can't just make one side extremely good and extremely bad. It is obviously part of the writer's freedom to have the villain's side not be relatable and instead hateable to put it to the extremes having the villain just like kill babies or kill animals or something. But on the other hand, it's also very valid and a good like good writing style to also make the villain's ways understandable and like show that there's nothing such as good as evil, but just two points of views that sort of have to intersect each other, and there's only one possible outcome on top, so that's a good reason for conflict. But way better reason for conflict than just say, oh well, there's a prophecy, good versus evil. Like, that sucks. Well, anyway. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in anything, and I need to drink again because my throat's getting sore. Oh boy. Oh no! My mic's still working? Okay. Oh fuck. I almost unplugged my mic by accident. Whoops. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to? Haha, what are you saying? Just a moment ago, you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not really very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. Fuck, my voice is dying. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry? I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. You have to imagine that. I see. Wait. Does that imply that we're left-handed? Wow. Well, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips the side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Freak. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume, holy fuck, my voice, that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. You fucking freaking a dork, holy fuck. Pervert. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Amogus, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Nice way to go. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know that you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Wow. What are you saying all of a sudden? We're saved. Nice. Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the books, and then slip it back into my bag. I never do that. I always fold a part of one side, one page, to where I was. Alright. Go save again. I think we can do the same order again. So let's just go with Sayuri first. Mogus? I really love your poems. I just read a different word here. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. Hey, I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one's too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... Eh? No way! Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much he likes something. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Whoa! Bad pacing once again. Amogus sucks. He's not good at talking to girls. Eh? Stop thinking weird things, idiot. Oh. I was thinking weird things, oops. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your own life an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So yeah. I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more comfortable. I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. It's really never something that I would say to a girl, ever. Well, I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. And then a head pat, wow. You're just treating her like a dump tool right now. Rude. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know? I mean, the game does really make her seem like a dump tool, but she's a person, come on. Supposed to be a person. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with a pencil between her hands. Hey, Amogus. Will you give me your poem? I kinda wanna keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we get home. Really? Snap. I broke my pencil. Wow. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped. But being inattentive of her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry! It's fine, I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and let her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Oh, it's longer. Very good. Bubbles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. I'm not scrolling. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and my forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts and bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night of the night, more dreams. Friend of the friend, more bottles. Oh, it's bottles, not battles. Whoops. Awkward. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts and shouts all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. But they're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I can hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. That's a very good one, wow. Talk about improvement. Oh, I can also just use the scroll wheel, wow. I wish I would have known that earlier. Damn, holy shit, wow. That's amazing. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. Whoops. Speak. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, So you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead yourself. Sayuri always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I've got a few friends like that, and they do feel bad about that habit, and I wish I could help them, like, keep on doing something. But at the same time, like, when they start something and like they're motivated to do it, and after a while they just drop it again. Like, I feel like if I convince them of, hey, you were so motivated last week and something, it's kind of like I'm not really paying attention to that they don't actively want to do it themselves. Like, if you need motivation to do something from somebody else, most of the time it's because you don't want to do it yourself. And I want to be the last person ever to tell somebody to do something they don't want to do themselves anyway. So yeah, that's my sense there. Keep on pressing, clicking stuff. Well, yeah, rant over. I wonder if this is one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Next up, Yuri, alright? Yep. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Amogus, how did you pick up on this so quickly? I knew she was gonna like it. But that's just because she's the best writer in this group. Well, now I'm not so sure anymore, because Sayori also knows her way around, apparently. I mean, Natsuki also does know her way around, but I like looking for meaning more than have meaning being expressed to you very strongly, because hiding things also engages the reader, while as making them obvious doesn't really engage him. And like I said before, both writing styles are hard to do, and like they both have high values. But as a reader, I like to be engaged, so I prefer Yuri's writing style. Yeah. Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why you did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri... Okay, she swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Sorry. She breathes, blah blah. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offered that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying that you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. Yeah, that makes two of us. And besides, well, except for the game, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Yeah, I do. Again, Yuri nods. I so fucking do. People are gonna laugh at my stories. Huh. Even your close friends? Of course! They were the ones that would laugh the most. Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, did you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Okay. Oh boy, her handwriting. The raccoon. It happened in the dead... Can I? No, I can't. I want to turn the music a bit more quiet, because it's kind of distracting me from reading. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scattering of a raccoon outside my window. Scattering, whoops. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon is fed, that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its face and reflects that much more light of my cutting knife. Oh, that much more, wow, rip mispronunciation. The very same light that glistens in my eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Oh wow, that last line really did it. Mad props. Wow, good writing. Wow, that's so good. That's so good. Wow. Addiction, my friends. Yeah. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphor. It's just about the same metaphorical as the last ones. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. Stupid. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, I take it at face value. Then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way that vase, words. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Say no. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Fuck, I cannot read. Wow. Not playing the right game for me. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. Well, she just wrote about addiction, you dumb fuck. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Amogus? Well, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. That's pretty strong to do, if you can embrace your own downsides. Like, that's hell a lot strong. It's very hard to do that. Mad props. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Monica, your turn. Hi again, Amogus. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You would never know. Want me to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, great job, Amogus. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep... Oh, that's me. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. I actually like to keep people's expectations at the right level, so that people can build up trust to me and like see me for the person I am and not have me surprise them. Because if you surprise people, their relationship towards it changes, and like not really like. So how do I put it? Like I really like when I'm building or like having relationships with people, I don't like say, well, I am this and that and this and that, and then keep the expectations low only to surprise them later on. But I much rather want to establish some sort of baseline for who I am and do that by deeds and actions, and like much more show what I do and have that automatically set the bar of expectations, instead of either saying that I'm bad at something or, well, doing something bad by intention, so I can surprise people later by being better. It's just, I don't know. It feels more honest that way. Anyway, back to the game. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Ah, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? She's the only one that can write, after all. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism, unlike Sayuri, who likes using simple and more direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Well, judging her poem, it did use simple words, but that was part of the thing, because it also used a lot of imagery with the bottles and gives them meaning in terms of memories and sorting through your emotions and being like claiming to be able to order chaos, but after all it is chaos because the bottle's shattered in the end and stuff. Yeah, back to the game. Also, I know that this game isn't actually about literature, and I'm overdoing things, but I'm playing it for the literature, so not my fault. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. That's just it! That's just it, wow. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Thank you. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has it at this point. I have too. I never really asked though. I'm sure nowhere near her level yet. Oh, I'm sure nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, let me take a little sip because I need water. Well, I already burned through 2 bottles of water. Holy shit. Blum. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony. How do I say that? Of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grading waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Damn, that's deep. I'm sorry if I'm doing that, but I want to give it a second read, just to find meaning and stuff. Okay. Colors have no meaning. Colors could be a metaphor for a lot of things. Because red, green, blue in particular are used, it's like some sort of trinity that adds together to a whole. And that trinity is getting a bad meaning. Because it's just noise, it won't stop and is meaningless. Even going as far as calling it violent and like that. Like, judging from the title, which is called Save Me, I presume that the how do you call that? The lyrical self, so to speak, the first person of this poem, it doesn't have to necessarily be the writer, can't take whatever colors symbolize anymore. And because colors are symbolizing some sort of trinity that add to a whole, I'm thinking about life in total, or whatever makes up that person's life. So, wow. Load me. Oh. Oh. Save me, load me. In that case, I misinterpreted. Save me was just, no, I didn't. It's like, if it was about saving and loading, the load me term would have been here to not only form symmetry, but also like have the connection to save me. But there's a lot of blank space in here before load me comes. So it's, I'm pretty sure that it's intended to first read save me in terms of some person that needs like rescuing. And only later on you see, oh, load me. So it plays again. And it only adds more to that the colors won't stop, the noise won't stop stuff. So yeah. So much for that. I'm sorry if I'm stalling, by the way, but I really like this. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I have. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. It adds up really well. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It got me by surprise, like, she's describing this really well. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of or feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So, putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. We're reaching the 4th dimension now. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. That's really a lame way to do that. To tell the player to save your game. Well, Natsuki, now you're up. You're just gonna hate me. Sad. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. What? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Haha, glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing, and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's Something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Kind of. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be in the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. Yeah, ouch. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. My throat's really sore from reading. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Huh? Oh, I need to have my cursor in the middle. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Wow, this is very, very good. Holy shit. Reducing people's personalities that you don't like onto one single trait, and then judging them upon that trait and not anything else. And once again, like, this is really, really, really obvious writing style. Like, the reader really gets it right away that the person, like the first person of this poem is just stupid. Well, one moment. Okay. I'm gonna need to visit the restroom soon again, because I'm drinking a lot, because I'm talking a lot, and need to, well, you know, not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. I did not. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks my... Aww. I'm sorry. That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. Oh, I'm so sorry for her. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares about what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Oh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to Lou. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri is pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. We can see that. I guess I should try not to be I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday, but the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I'd say so. Also, she made her insecure as well. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do it's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. That's also... oh fuck. Also an important thing when writing. You wanna make people think and not feel, because if you just tend to people's feelings, they will forget about your story and like not actively think about it outside of reading or consuming it in any way. And if you make them think about it, like, it'll stay in people's heads way more. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, so look forward to it. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit in front of me at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We know we won't need more than a few decorations. Why did I try to read days? Sayuri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing? P. Oh, Monica? That's poggers! Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Awesome. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayuri is putting on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayuri, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? Dude, that's a great ass idea. What do you mean kidding me? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Well, that's something a lot of people struggle with actually, like fear of the stages and stuff. I don't know if I ever had it, like if I try to remember back. No, I really never had it. Speaking freely, making YouTube videos has helped me a great deal about that, and also streaming later on. And other than that, I like to share and like as much self-aware as I can be. Sometimes you have to give in to your role and just play your part, because that's what makes a thing after all. Like, life's a play. You're an actor. Go. Well, guys. No, Sayuri. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room of full people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we stop the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature really is all about. Yeah, it's all about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself. Oh boy. Finding new horizons and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Really well phrased, well. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayuri looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayuri and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll have to get it over with. Alright, thanks Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. Ah, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monika? This is too sudden. It's not too sudden. Why not practice right away? Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Ah, of course. Now, let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She stands behind the podium. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Before I'm gonna read this, I'm gonna visit the restroom once more. You know, I'm drinking a lot of water right now because I'm reading a lot, so yeah. I'll be right back.